Are you ready?
It's National Hat Day. What's the tea?
Apparently.
What's the tea? Yo, tell me what's the tea?
Good afternoon, Drag Racers. I'm Maddox.
And I'm Logan.
And for season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race, every week we will be bringing you our top 3 moments of the week, the shade of the week, our favorite queen of the week,
Our least favorite queen of the week, our favorite look on the runway, and our predictions for next week's episode.
so stay tuned. Jocelyn in the workroom. They just walked in from somebody being eliminated, we won't mention. And Jocelyn, everyone is just talking about how Jocelyn is just like polished, or at the same level as everyone else. Courtney even went as far as calling her the Jeter Ritz of this season. And you know how I feel about Jeter Ritz. Ooh, I don't know if I would call Jocelyn Jeter Ritz, because at least Jocelyn's kind of likable. But they're all talking about this, and they're all like getting their life together about Jocelyn. And then they cut to Jocelyn, and she goes, "A bobby pin? Girl, what is wrong with you? Bobby pin?"
I loved it.
The amount of like little silly stupid things you say on this show is just astounding. I love you, but you are retarded. You are dumb as rocks. I don't know. I love you. I know you watch, we tweet, but girl,
I like gumbo.
I don't want to say retarded because I know some people are going to get offended, so
Ooh, I learned my lesson.
I'm going to say you're silly boots.
My first favorite moment was they find out what their main challenge is, and they're all sitting down doing their research, and then they cut over to Jocelyn, who is going through her Forever 21 rack of clothing. And Bianca says, we're all sitting down doing research, and Jocelyn's over there picking out 3 ugly dresses instead of 9 bikinis. Must be a special event. You're on the junior varsity team right now. God knows you're going to get to varsity when you're a senior in high school. But girl, right now there are some people with shorter skirts above you just fucking the quarterback.
But I love her.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did she bring only 3 wigs to RuPaul's Drag Race? Because you only see her in...
No, she had the red wig,
That's one.
the brown lopsided wig,
That's 2.
and
Which looks like the one before it, just shifted to the other side.
and the blonde with the brown on the bottom.
Which she wore for the entrance and then wore teased up in the updo that Gia Gunn tried to read her for. With the other brown wig on top of it. She brought 1 necklace and 3 wigs and has given us a few laughs. You went from being someone I did not like at the very beginning of this to someone I truly adore watching on the show.
She's great.
And I really look forward to every time you're in an interview because you just never know what's going to come out of your mouth.
My second favorite moment is Courtney Act finally realizing that she's been coasting. She's like, you know, I get good reviews, but it's just like, okay, I don't know, I know I'm polished. Girl, it has nothing to do with you being polished or anything, because Bianca's polished and she's been doing well. It's because, like you said, you come across cold and like a Stepford wife, like an alien, like a robot, and it's not relatable. Your personality hasn't been relatable up until Untucked, when you told everybody why you act the way you act, how you was like very low after you did Australian Idol and all of that. And that was the first time that I was like, okay, I can connect with her, I understand. Like, she went through a little bout of depression, she was thrown into something she wasn't ready for. I'm so happy that you finally like talked about something personal to you, because before now I was just like, okay, here's Courtney Act in another blonde wig with a simple face that she did with Maybelline eyeshadow. I really can't. Like, maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Maybelline, and it was Maybelline. And apparently Logan has nothing to say about Courtney Act.
I've had it. With being read by everyone below us, because right now you are below us, about why I do not like Ben or Courtney. I have explained it numerous times. Go back and watch the old episodes. Bye.
Okay, what's your second favorite moment?
Chad Bono.
Chad!
I was like, is Chad Michaels here? Is he gonna come out his chair till she sees something in the corner? First of all, why are you sitting with your legs all cocked out in front of you? Sit like a lady, Trinity K. Bonet. I do like that you didn't wear your flipper for this interview.
And I did love that wig.
That hair, girl.
Woo.
But
Chad.
Chad, tell us, Chad, how do you feel? And she really believed it. You were not telling Trinity K. Bonet that Chaz Bono is not actually Chad.
My third favorite moment is the Great Depression and abortion. Jocelyn Fox and Adore Delano, during those interviews, you asked her, was performing as a child's fund, and she said, no, it was a Great Depression, and I had to do it to make my family money.
Nickels and dimes.
And you were like, party? That's really awesome. And she's like, it was a Great Depression. And you're like, yeah, that's cool. And then Jocelyn, oh, you almost had an abortion with Cher. How do you feel about abortion?
To be fair and to be honest, she did talk about it in the Lifetime documentary, and I think this was Jocelyn's way of trying to be funny and quirky and make this work. And I think when she defended herself on the runway about it, she defended herself really fucking elegantly.
Very well.
And well, so you may call her dumb as rocks, but I think that you took up for what you did. You said I made a mistake. You said you were sorry.
She was sorry.
I think you handled it very well.
Yeah, she did handle it very well after the fact. But those are the kind of questions that you have to prep your guests for. You can't just pull out questions like that out of nowhere because it is very uncomfortable. Even if someone has talked about that in previous situations, in interviews, you still have to prep them and warn them. Because that's still a question that's like, if someone says that to you, you're like, what? What was your third favorite moment?
Jocelyn Fox, I do not understand why you were not in the bottom two instead of Trinity K. Bonet. Because you fucked that up, and then you came out on that runway with your outfit of excuses and your meaty tuck.
What was that on her tuck? A butterfly? A leaf?
An excuse. And it's just something else she could point out if they didn't like her outfit. And Trinity K comes out looking like the better version of Nicki Minaj from Pound the Alarm video. And she is put in the bottom two.
I gagged.
So my third favorite moment was the gag that RuPaul's Drag Race pulled over me last night. Because I was in my bed confident, bitch. I was like, it's going to be these two.
So was I. And then when they said Adore and Trinity, I almost fell to the floor.
When they said Jocelyn Fox, you are safe, I swear to God. So my third favorite moment was you getting an extra episode, which means we'll be able to laugh at you for one more week.
My shade this week is that Darian Lake and Benjala Krim got the one pass for the whole season where both queens stay. It pissed me off so much this episode that they couldn't keep both girls in the bottom two. I don't know what producer made this decision. It was terrible.
It was RuPaul.
I don't care. It was a terrible decision. Whoever decision it was to keep both Darian Lake and Benjala Krim made the wrong decision. You never use your pass that early. What was your shade of the week?
My shade of the week actually comes from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 1, because I'm going to go back to. Jocelyn was sitting there pulling out all her little fun party dresses, and they cut to Trinity in an interview, and Trinity goes, shit, I'm going to be okay. You thought because you were going to wear that big old fucking Birds of Paradise outfit,
you were going to be okay.
Well, joke's on you. I am bitter about this week.
My favorite queen this week is Paula Abdul. One of our followers tweeted that Paula Abdul should replace Santino Rice, and I agree. I live for Miss Paula Abdul. She even seemed a little less loopy than what she usually seems.
I didn't recognize her because she seemed coherent.
I live for Paula Abdul. I always want Paula Abdul on TV. Paula Abdul, you're my favorite queen of the week.
My favorite queen this week was Miss Trinity K. Bonet. Because, girl, you might have called him Chad. Who cares, girl? That's just Cher's son. Who cares? You looked everything on the runway. You, in my opinion, other than calling him Chad, did a great job at the interview. You're really coming out of your shell. You're talking in full sentences that make sense.
That hair
was it. You looked cute. It just seems like you were putting a better effort and a more positive foot forward. So I just
more energy.
I wrote this down before even the runway was over that you were my favorite. So you were my favorite queen of the week.
My least favorite queen of the week was Darian Lake. During the interview, your earrings were falling off. You were a mess. I'm ready for you to go. And then also, I would have to say, Chaz and his grandmother, y'all have to go too, because I'm sorry, sometimes it's not only the person who's doing the interview. Sometimes it's the people who are getting interviewed. Like, you guys did not seem like you wanted to be there when you were sitting there being interviewed. Like, and if I was in an interview and someone calls me the wrong name, I'd be like, oh, baby, my name ain't Chad, my name is Chaz. Like, I wouldn't sit there and continuously let you call me something that's not my name and just make it an awkward situation. Or you could have made a joke out of it. It could have been part of the interview. It would have been funny. Y'all were just sitting there looking dumbfounded. They just annoyed me. I was like, y'all don't even want to be there. The grandmother's just half asleep. Chaz Bono is asshole. Like, I was done with y'all. So, even more than Jerry and Lake, I was done with y'all. So, bye. I love Cher, but y'all not the stars of the family. Just keep it moving.
Well, thank you, Madison, for that beautiful...
My name is Maddox. My last name is Madison. You see how that works?
My least favorite queen of the week was whichever faggot let Cher's grandma out with that wig on her head. That's all I need to say. That was shady. That looked like a shake and go Paula Deen Halloween costume wig, and that was shady boots down. And fuck y'all for letting it happen, because she already did not look the part. And then you got her sitting there looking at some cross-dressers with her once granddaughter, now grandson sitting next to her. Oh, Jesus. She is a damn boot. Her daughter wears wigs for a living. Like, she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know when to say her wig isn't right. So you are shady for letting that happen.
Call me a doctor. I can't. Oh, my Lord Jesus. I can't breathe. Poor Georgia Holt. Oh, girl.
They got her sitting up on a clown show.
Oh, girl. That old lady. I felt bad for her. That was good. My favorite on the runway was Trinity K. Bonet, because that costume was, like RuPaul said, production value.
Boom.
Bam, bam, bam.
My favorite look on the runway was Darian Lake in her elephant with her Paula Deen wig on. Ah! Just kidding. It was Bianca Del Rio, because I think it was just another well-crafted dress by the amazing Bianca Del Rio, and I liked the bringing the paint fully down and around and tying everything together. It was perfect. I would say Trinity, but Trinity has never gone wrong on the runway.
No, ever. So we have the mini challenge, which was the scruff men with the letters on their asses,
Which was kind of funny.
That's cute. Ben Delacrim won that. The main challenge, obviously, Courtney won that. She was amazing at the interview. The bottom two, Adore versus Trinity K. Bonet. I thought the bottom two were going to be Jocelyn and Darian Lake. It gagged me that it wasn't them two. And then it gagged me that it was Adore and Trinity.
And then it gagged me that Adore stayed. Not to say they weren't both great.
I think they both were great during the lip sync.
Adore
and I
was a little out
tweeted
of
this was the
control.
one time that they should have kept the both. This is why my shade of the week was that Darian and Ben Delacrim both stayed, because if one of them would have left, this could have been the time that they were like, okay, you both did great at the lip sync, we're gonna keep both of you. But it didn't happen like that. And they performed to Paul Abdul's Vibe-ology. I'm doing the funky way, ow, 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 yeah. But I was just upset about the bottom two and that Trinity went home. Like, she had the best runway look.
She also had the better lip sync out of the two. Well, Adore Delano decided she was going to just stick her legs out and fall on her little butt. It didn't make sense. Trinity was controlled. It was thought out. Adore was cute. It's what Adore does.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me, I guess.
I liked both lip syncs. I thought they both should have stayed.
But if one had to go, I think the wrong one was chosen.
Okay, I can agree with that. So next week, it's a dress up,
The makeover.
the makeover. And bottom two, I think, is going to be Jocelyn.
Because she can barely do her own makeup.
Exactly. And maybe Ben or Dora again. What do you think is going to be in the bottom two next week?
I think it's going to be Jocelyn.
Mm-hmm.
I think her time has come. You made it far. You're going to get bookings. You do have the likability factor. Everyone likes you. I think things are going to be great for you. Somebody's got to go. So I think it's just time for Jocelyn to be in the bottom again. And I think she will be there with Ben. No, not just because I roll my eyes, so don't get crazy in the comments. I just don't know. I don't like the way he does his own makeup.
Yeah.
Let alone how you're going to do it on someone else.
Yeah, I don't like Ben's
So
face.
we'll see.
Okay, so leave your predictions. Who do you think is going to be in the bottom two next week? Do you think the bottom two this week was fair?
No.
Just give us all your opinions. You always do. We will be reading all the comments and commenting back. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you for calling me uneducated.
And don't forget to watch next week to find out what's the tea.
What's the tea? Yo, tell me what's the tea?
Wish you had one of these, don't you?
You can get them at www.thebiancadelrio.com.
CMaddoxBiitch.
Miss Jocelyn looked over like, and boom, hit the split at the same exact time. I said, you better fucking work, Jocelyn Fox. Jocelyn
was doing the most